man. A little bit. Let's get into it, man. We here for another episode of the What's Good Bro podcast, man. The crew is in the building, man. We here. We ready to get into it, yo. The world has been moving.
Yep.
So we got Dre in the building.
What's good, everybody?
Got JP over there.
What's up, guys?
And we got Sunny D right there.
What's good, y'all?
All right, and Coach K right here, man. We all holding it down, yo. So, we got to check in with each other, man. What's been good with y'all? It's been a couple weeks for real. What's been up, man? You want to start it off?
I'll start it off.
Right.
Man, look, it's been a little rough for me, man. A couple more tragedies, like basically, friends of family, like, or even like the parents of friends. It's been kind of rough, but we pushing through it, just trying to console friends and family and stuff. But other than that, career work wise, we still pushing forward, still progressing. But yeah, man, keep it short and sweet. It's just I'm here, still in good health, blessed, feeling grateful more than everything. It kind of puts things in perspective. This year has been, it's definitely had its ups and downs, but you wake up another day and you got a chance to make yourself better, be better than the day before.
Word, man. Sorry to hear that, yo, but that's some real stuff right there, man.
Hang in there, bro.
Yeah, glad to hear you in good spirits, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big facts. What about you, Dre? What's been good with you?
Man, I've just been chilling. It's getting cold outside. It's getting darker earlier, so I'm just making my home nice and cozy because I ain't about to be leaving the house for nothing. I already work from home, so if you see me outside, consider yourself blessed because I ain't gonna be out there too much longer. It's too long.
Hell yeah. It is definitely that weather where it's like once you inside, yo, you inside. Like no need to go back in the cold, man. Good.
Yeah, like I said, I work from home, so unless I'm going to go get some food or something, I'm in the house. I might drive my car like twice a week, and that's really just for football games. So outside of that, and I don't play in the winter. I ain't built for that.
Big facts. I respect.
How is that going, Dre?
Hey, I got a championship tomorrow. So hopefully we come back with the shit.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Good luck, man.
Thank you.
Like to slide out there, yo.
Hey, you Patterson Park, baby.
Patterson Park?
Patterson Park, 8:40.
In the morning?
At night.
Or late. I'm about to say, I'm like,
who I look like?
That's touching my bedtime, dog.
Like, shit, it's 8 already? Fuck, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Old man,
JP, man.
What's up?
What's good with you, though?
Man, it's been a whole lot, bro. As y'all can see, we empty.
Hey.
It's empty here, Finally got that move that I was telling you all about. Got that done. Dream come true, bro. Just to put your keys in the door and everything that you had out of place is still out of place. As I was telling y'all guys on camera, I definitely christened it my first night, if you know what I mean.
Early.
Yeah, early. But yeah, man, this been an amazing year for me, bro. Everything that I manifested came true. And not just with the move and everything, but just progressing, bro. Not a whole. It's a blessing to be able to, look back on your life and say, damn, I made it through that. And I really have no complaints, bro. So, just blessed and highly favored, man.
Hey, that's the beauty of life, man. You always get through it. You just don't see yourself doing it while you're in it.
Exactly, because it's like when you're doing, you complaining about it, but that shit, you don't even notice that it's moving your life forward.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? When you're in the thick of things. So
definitely gotta hold on to that too, man.
Yeah,
remember that you can make it through all of it, yo.
Yeah, exactly. And I just say to everyone listening, whatever you're going through, you can make it through it. If I can do it, you can do it. So,
facts.
Some real shit.
All right, Coach.
Come with the bars, yo. Man, the basketball season has ended. It's been a while,
Record.
one, but
Record.
What the boys do?
What's the
Yeah,
record?
what's the
we
record?
came with I forget the record. We came in fourth place though. We lost in the semifinals.
All right.
But we only lost, I would say, because a lot of my guys they played football on the high school team, and it was the start of the football program too.
So they couldn't make it.
That definitely comes as a priority. I respect it. But my team that showed up, we held it down the best we can, man. So we end up coming in you could say third or fourth place. I'll take the third for real. But overall, it was a great season, man. Got a new group of guys. We're just gonna keep mentoring and just staying connected with them throughout the season. I mean, the off season, and next year, my guys they said they coming back, So we gonna try to run it back. We're gonna run it back. Be consistent.
There you go.
Keep grinding and growing, like Jay would say, for real.
Hey man, it can only get better, man.
Exactly.
Right. So,
how you feel you did as a coach?
That's a good question, man. This season was different for me because
this is your first year,
assistant coach.
Yeah.
So I was the head coach, the only coach of my team. Next year we definitely have another coach there for real. I ain't doing this shit by myself again. It was fun, man, but you definitely need an assistant coach there to just help everything out, man. Learned a lot, but just keeping the team together, collaborating, communicating. Just making it work, man. I'm definitely proud of my guys from where we started and not really gelling to the point now where we really just a team. So that was definitely the highlight of the season, man.
All right, Coach K out here sounding like Coach Pop.
Hey, right.
I'm trying to make something work, yo. I'm trying to make something. I need the championship in this league on some real stuff, yo.
And it's hard to coach because y'all don't practice, so it's like y'all just game time and that's it. That's hard to coach.
That's it. And then the team that did win, they was undefeated the whole season for real.
Oh, that's the AAU team that was blowing everybody out.
Yeah, they ran a show for real. So it was good just to see
them
them
niggas
on the court.
Right.
Man, they be practicing, running, playing. They do it all for real. Yo, it was cool.
They probably had grown men on the team. That's always the excuse.
A team full of ringers.
They got people that's gonna be millionaires within the next 3 to 5 years. Yo.
Wow.
These they were some ballers, man. They are really some ballers. So
damn.
Hats off to them.
Like that.
Yeah, I honestly, if they was the vote, they not allowed back in this league.
Yo, they must have been windmilling on that ass.
The AAU training team or the traveling team or something like that, yo. They don't gotta be here, man. But it was cool, yo. Yeah, all the kids, they want to play against them. Nobody can beat them, but
Hey, at least you got some dogs though.
Still a good game. Right. Yeah,
they gotta be on they should be on those prep mixtapes.
Those boys just throwing big oops, shows, dunking like 3 points, half course. Like it don't matter, dog.
Yo,
it don't matter. It was fun though. And then we actually had a coaches versus they call them MITs. They're like the older guys on the team. We did have a little coaches versus players game earlier last week. That was, man, I'm so out of shape.
I'm just gonna ask you.
I'm so out of shape, yo. I went back to the gym the day after, yo. I'm just doing cardio now, yo. I'm just running. That's it, dog. I gotta get back to the cardio. Oh man. But it's good, man. Just checking on everybody, yo. So the world has been moving. We can start on a good note, a great movie just came out. Jay-Z was a part of it, and a lot of other people. The Harder They Fall. Y'all watch it?
No, tell me about it.
Yeah, man.
It was a good watch.
It was a great watch.
Yeah.
I think it was it went straight to Netflix. It was good enough to start off in theaters.
Okay.
If they would have had, it should have had more promotion. Like I don't know. It was a great movie. But I loved it though. I love the cast. I love the characters that they portrayed. They had they had an intro where they said the story is fictional,
but the characters are real.
Existed.
Those are real people.
Existed. And it was just a whole bunch of black cowboys. And of course, the cowgirls. I guess that's what you call them, cowgirls too. A few outlaws. But even what was his name? Nat Love,
Yeah.
played by Jonathan Majors. He did great. The character played by Idris Elba, Rufus Buck. He was a great villain.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the ending was wild, my nigga. I did not see that coming. That ending was wild.
Honestly, the beginning and the ending, the whole thing was wild for me. It
The
was
whole
just
thing.
dope to see. It was so fresh. It was a different type of perspective. You know, I feel like we just haven't had a movie like that in a minute. So yeah, the cast was dope. It was dope to see. I'm with you on that, man.
All around good watch, huh?
All around.
Anything with Regina King might be gold. It just might be gold, yo.
I know she was in that job.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
kicking
she
ass. Yeah, man, it was a great movie. I think it was, like you said, Sonny. It's real important to mention that those are real people. So, like, it's real important for us to just know that Black people existed everywhere in this country, and we did everything that they thought that we didn't do. So we was cowboys. We was we wasn't just thugs. In today's terms, we've always been, kind of fuck the law. And then we also was the law because one of the guys was like the sheriff.
Bass Reeves, played by Delroy Lindo. Bass Reeves, he's a real legendary outlaw, like not outlaw. He's a real legendary U.S. Marshal. I think he had like a legendary amount of arrests, like over 3,000 people that he brought in to the law. Yeah, like by himself, like. And he was known for going out there and taking on the collecting outlaws that nobody else would go after because his name would ring like that. Like, oh shit, like Bass Reeves is coming for you. Like, yeah, he was a bad man, yo. They said that his character inspired the Western hero, the Lone Ranger, but they didn't want to give the credit to a black man.
Really?
Wow.
That sounds.
Yeah, so because of his legendary feats as a U.S. Marshal, that inspired the Lone Ranger, which the Caucasians love the Lone Ranger.
Yeah, that's insane.
Right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we definitely recommend checking that joint out, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to dive into the history of them people a little bit more.
Man.
Very interesting. Yeah.
It's just like we got a frat brother. I tell you afterwards, Coach K, we got a frat brother. Like Bass Reeves was his ancestor. That made me actually research him a little bit more. Yep, he got I think he got like an old picture of Bass Reeves in his house, like in his basement.
That's tough. That's tough.
Yeah, man. But yeah, he was hard. Cherokee Bill's character, Lakeith Stanfield did a great job playing him.
Okay.
Even though I thought he was like in the train scene, I was like, that shit hard as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that shit was hard. It's like, he's like, I don't particularly like violence, but see that they cut that nigga's legs up. I was like, oh my god, this nigga's bad. Yo.
He definitely played that real cool, man.
I'm gonna check this one out. It sound hard.
Yeah, you got
it, dog.
From the beginning to the end, yo.
From beginning to end.
Yo.
It's just honestly, it was really just good for a movie like this, like a historic piece. And then it really ain't got to do no slavery, like nothing like that.
I'm so sick of seeing those guys. Let me be honest.
So it was definitely just fresh, man.
Just want to see something new, portraying us in a different light,
And then the director consciously said, like, look, there will be no use of the N-word in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Consciously, they said, like, no, there was no need for it. Like, there was just no need. You can tell by the racial undertones. Even Regina King, when the dude, like, you stupid Nick. And then, like Keith Stanfield character said, he could have said nincompoop. And then he was like, we ain't no damn nincompoop. We ain't no
close enough.
Close enough.
Yeah, So check that out, Jay. A couple hours of your time, yo.
Yeah,
it's a good one, though.
Yeah, dog, it's a good movie.
Miss Regina in there. Huh?
Yeah, bro. Ooh. She did good as always.
Yeah. I thought it was just me on that one.
Even everybody carried their weight, yo. Even the unknown actors, they kind of the people that we didn't know that played all the other characters. They were good. Who is that girl? Because she was in Atlanta. She was in Deadpool 2.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know her name,
she did
but
good.
yeah, she had a familiar face.
Yeah, man. She did. I think it's Zazie something.
Zazie Beats. Zazie Beats. Yeah, Zazie Beats, something like that. I don't know how
Is
you
she
say
an
it.
artist? Is she a singer too? Zazie Beats. That's their name.
That's where her name popped up on the Wikipedia.
Yep.
That is definitely her name.
Is
She's
it
a German
B-E-A?
American actress.
It's
Hey, German
BEETZ.
American.
Oh,
BEETZ. So like
She was in
the
the
vegetable,
Joker.
but
Hey, she
hood.
30.
Man, black don't crack.
Love you.
it don't.
Yeah. But yeah, everybody.
But she did a
good.
great job. She did a great job as a co-star in that movie. But the storyline, man, and Jay, you said you didn't mind. That storyline is kind of crazy, but like you and it kind of makes me think about like in America, especially like in Black culture, like, well, it could be in any culture. Like how many men do you think like over American history or even African Americans or even just people period live like two different lives, man? Because that's really what it was like. Like what did you interpret about the title? Like the harder they fall. Like I kind of thought my interpretation was the father's like almost like fall from his like rebuilt pedestal to have his son come back and knock him off of it again, like knock him off of his pedestal because he was an outlaw. And then he was like, nah, like, you know, it killed his wife, left his son there with his mother, and then goes off somewhere, disappears for 10 years. Well, probably well over 10
longer
years.
than 10 years. It had to be longer than 10 years.
Yeah. And then starts her own family, becomes a pastor, becomes a good guy, you know, God-fearing good guy, and has another son. And then it's just like
You're just giving away the whole plot of the movie.
Like,
Giving away the whole
he
plot
said
of the movie.
he didn't mind. He said he didn't mind, yo.
Talking about spoiler alert. God damn.
If you didn't watch the movie.
Act 1, scene 1. This is what happened.
Y'all stupid, man.
That's a good question though. Like,
We gotta put that in the title.
Yeah, it's like, you know, I was trying to figure out. I was thinking about that too. It's like the harder they fall, and just watching the whole movie. Like, what does that really mean? So I am.
Yeah, because you know, also when they was on the train, that's when they like really introduced the phrase "the harder they fall." When they was like shooting up the Confederate soldiers, that's when they really introduced that phrase. So I was like, all right, so what's this really going to be about? But like y'all said, the ending completely had me fucked up. I was like, whoa.
You said it is on Netflix, right?
It's on Netflix.
It's good even if it's full, bro. Don't even worry about
it.
it.
I'm gonna check it out.
In the top 10 for sure.
It's number one.
It's number one. It's number one on Netflix.
Hey, yeah, I know Jay-Z, man. He created the Instagram for a day. He gained like 2 million followers just to, you know, tell everybody to watch the movie that he bounced, yo.
Look, I don't blame him. But you know what? I was
That's
real
some bullshit.
Yeah, I don't blame him. But also within the movie, we was hearing some Lauryn Hill bars. I was like, hold up. Where did Jay-Z get Lauryn Hill to rap?
It's Jay-Z.
She's rapping. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I definitely gotta check this.
Yeah,
one
you gotta
out.
check this out.
Yeah.
Hey, let's keep going in the rundown, man.
All right, so next,
I kinda,
we definitely what you want to go to next?
I think talking about the other GOAT would be cool. Briefly in his interview with the Drink Champs, man.
Talk about it.
I mean, I really ain't got much to say, yo. It's Kanye, yo. He said I call him the GOAT. Yo, Kanye's the GOAT.
I will start with this.
Hey, yo.
You sounding like Dre out here talking about LeBron, bro. I don't know. About you, yo.
Chill, yo. Yo, honestly, that interview, it was cool for me just to see that nigga just drink, talk shit, smoke.
He was drinking too?
Yeah, he was taking shots of the Henny and all the other shit, yo. He was.
This nigga.
What? I'm out the loop. What interview is this?
It's called Drink Champs.
Drink Champs with Noriega.
Mm-hmm.
No,
You said Kanye is drinking and smoking on a job?
He was just a pastor 2 weeks ago.
Right.
So,
yo, it's a picture of him with him smoking a little doobie for real.
Oh, what?
wow.
I'm about to post it on our page later, yo. This is yo.
You know, I didn't know that this was happening.
It's a mood.
The first thing I seen from this was when he said that his biggest regret was signing Big Sean. I'm like, this don't make sense. That's easily the most successful artist on his rap label. So how you say that's your biggest regret?
He's bipolar.
Yeah, it was definitely like a lot of
but
like
that clip is why I did not watch the interview. I was like, he's just talking nonsense. And I seen that clip after I heard news that Big Sean and like Good Music, they parted ways. So I'm like, oh, you just mad because Big Sean about to be independent, making his own money. You ain't about to make no money off him no more. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but I won't go too much into that, man. I thought it was a good interview. Some perspective on Kanye and all his griefs and gripes and just his thought process, man.
Does he? I mean, clearly he thinks, but does he? I don't know how does he actually formulate his thoughts and like put them to context with the real world, or is he just living in his head?
I mean, he definitely living in his head because like he'll be talking about they'll ask him a question, he'll go off on that, and the next thing you know, he'll just go super left, like just talking about, the future, his family, how they influencing the kids and shit like that. But that had nothing to do with the original question. But it's Kanye at the same time. You try to understand him, like that nigga just be thinking all over the place. And if he found one little space to go off and talk about something else, he did that shit.
Yeah, I feel
but Nori tried to bring him back.
I understand that Kanye is a very polarizing figure. You put him on an interview anywhere, it's going to go off. But I think people need to start taking advantage of him being unmedicated. Like, it's clear that whenever we hear something about Kanye, it's that bipolar taking over. Like, he's going through one of them phases where it's like he's just uncontrollable. And
is it called a fit? Like, is he going into like
it's called the manic state is what he's going through right now, where it's like he just has really no self-control. And so people are just feeding into it, and like his ego's at an all-time high. So he's just going to keep going, and then eventually he's going to crash, and then we're going to hear about him being back into like a rehab center or something like a mental institution, and then in 6 months he'll be back out being wild again because he doesn't have that balance.
He don't have anybody in his circle that can tell him to shut the fuck up, calm down.
I mean, I don't feel like he went that off though. I agree with y'all. Like, people, it's something that you can't take advantage of, but I don't feel like he was really in that type of space. At least I would hope not. His haircut was definitely wild as fuck, and they touched on that in his thinking. But it kind of made sense.
I might have to watch the whole thing somehow, but from all the clips that I've seen, it's just like a lot of hypocrisy. Like, he had said something about LeBron James told the owner of the Lakers after they won the championship that he won that for her, which LeBron James never said in the first place. Yeah. And I get his point was like, oh, we black people are working in areas where black people don't own nothing, but Kanye has never done business with a black-owned company. Yeezys are by Adidas. His other Yeezy clothing is through Gap. He's done stuff with Louis Vuitton, Nike. What black-owned company has he worked with? So it's just a lot of hypocrisy.
Yeah. I'll say you watched the interview, and I think he did kind of cover that, especially when he was talking about Big Sean and signing him to Good Music. He was like, at the end of the day, that's still just the white label. You know what I'm saying? We was making music and doing business for the white label at the end of the day. So it really wasn't about the contract that they signed. But I mean, it was just a different type of insight for real.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch it. Maybe we're gonna have to do something in the middle of the week once we all watch it, so we can just break this down to see how crazy this man really is. And I ain't gonna say crazy, just how unstable he is.
I gotta do my homework on that one.
Yeah, Kanye West it's unfortunate because I felt like what would have happened like if his career just would have like went a different direction, like he would have stayed the college dropout route. That's what I call it. Just the college dropout trajectory, like graduation, and then you get another graduation, college dropout-esque album. Mm-hmm. You may not get My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, but you'll get other stuff like within that same realm. Because I still think when he put out Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, he was crazy Kanye when he did that.
Yeah, that was.
It was just a good album.
That was
It
definitely
was
good.
I think he's as Kanye has grown more successful, he has weeded out all the yes men around him. Where like a graduate, like we got College Dropout, we got Late Registration, Graduation, even 808s and Heartbreak. He's got a lot of foundation. Like those are those first 3 albums. His mother, his grandmother, his aunt were alive. 808s and Heartbreaks was created because those 3 women in his life that he held like closest and dearest all died, and then like his fiance at that time, he broke up with her. I think, yeah, in between My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is when he started getting off the brinks, and then it's just been no one's been able to reel him back in since. So I don't.
Well, the person that who could reel him back in is no longer with him, you know, and I just think most geniuses are looked at as crazy. When once his mother died, just I've never seen that Kanye again. But like you said, musical genius though. Well, beats wise, I should say that.
Production,
production.
I feel like he just like something like whenever you have somebody with a condition like that, you always got to be kind of like sensitive with how you talk about it, because in a sense he has a fractured brain. It's almost like, let's say you have something like your brain works in like a certain system, like his is just thrown the fuck off, like what I'm saying. In a certain way, it's just like the neurons are firing differently. Like I don't know.
That's really what it is. It's like a legit chemical imbalance. It was funny because I was just talking to one of my friends about it. She's bipolar. A couple of days ago, and she like was joking, was like, "Oh yeah, I'm a balanced person," talking about me. I'm like, "Oh, I never even really thought about it." But if you bipolar, you chemically imbalanced, and if you don't have someone to bring the other side to balance you out, it's just going to be chaos. And that's why when he's not on his meds to give him that actual balance, and he don't have a person to bring the balance, it's just hell.
I think most geniuses are like that because they just got so much of their brain power going into one particular skill, like that they just dominate in. And I'm like, yo, they are hell to be around though. Like social skills drop down, like other things drop down because they just like all their genius goes into one particular skill. Like he just has a crazy ear for music. Like his ear for music is crazy.
Yeah, but you can't have it all though.
That's the thing. His ear for music is great, but we're taking his genius in one specific like skill, and we're attributed to him being a genius all the way around. Well, that's not the case.
I mean,
I don't think anyone is, but
I think
that's a genius all the way around.
Yeah, but that's what people are telling him. So he thinks that he can have all these opinions about all this different stuff, and think that since he's a genius musically, that his opinions about everything else is correct. Right. Yeah.
I like to just sit and listen to him talk, though. It's you can tell that it's there. It's there. It's just
it's just all his thoughts are incomplete. So it's like, yes, he's brilliant.
Brilliant.
But if you don't fill out your thoughts completely, you got to digest your thoughts completely. They're undigested thoughts.
Yeah, he has zero filter. Like he doesn't have a filter. He doesn't think about stuff before he says it. He just blurts it out. Right. Man, that brother needs a lot of help. Needs a lot of people who can support him. I don't know, man. Hopefully his next relationship, his next wife can get him on track.
Yeah, because the one he was with wasn't it, and the one before her wasn't it.
No.
Yeah, definitely for sure.
Yep.
Let's keep it pushing, man. I would say I would recommend that interview. It is long, but whenever you do something, you just got some time to listen to some wild stuff, man. I think his perspective is interesting, nonetheless. He also talked about Soulja Boy. Where he called him, the top 3 most influential person in music, and then he kind of just turned on him in that same breath because he didn't put him on his latest album. And then Soulja Boy being Soulja Boy.
I think that could be accurate though. I think that's a very accurate description because Soulja Boy, I think he probably went to drugs because he was on such a high when he was hot, and then he fell so low and became a joke once he wasn't. But then also because he really thinks there is a certain level of credit that he should get. Like when you talk about the internet and the space that it is today, and how much music we consume on the internet, and the ways that we consume music, when you think about the ringtone era, the beginning of the YouTube era, Soulja Boy was the king of that shit. Mm-hmm. You had all the various songs, including the 100,000 fucking crank that's on your ringtone. Like, oh, I got that new crank that. I got new shit.
It's just the way he's going about it, though.
I mean, he a clown. That's it. That's the only thing. Like you're a legendary clown, and your music is doo-doo now. Like it is what it is. Unfortunately, both can be true.
Yeah, but also I think
doo-doo now. Oh my god.
This is another situation where we gotta keep people in their place where it's like, yeah, Soulja Boy is influential, but not in terms of the sound of the music we listen to, just the way that we listen to the music. So the people that should be giving Soulja Boy credit is not other rappers. It should be the music executives that are taking advantage of the new model of how we listen to music. No one's making music the way that Soulja Boy made music, because that shit lasted for 2 years and was over. The music doesn't like
that was a hot ass 2 years, yo.
Look, we was 15 and jumping around. We just had a lot of energy at 15, 16, jump around and
crank that, whatever.
So everybody was doing that shit. I don't care how big and small you was. You was trying to do the crank
that.
Look at that shit.
Nah, I believe that Coach was not cranking that. So
I wasn't cranking that shit.
But he does deserve.
Not even in the Mario. You were trying to see. Let me see if I can hit that hole. Not in the Mario.
He does deserve credit, but I just don't think he should go about it the way he's going about it.
Well, yeah, he's going about it like a clown. Like he's a fucking clown.
But like I said, Soulja Boy wants credit from the wrong people. Like it's no rapper that's going to give him credit, because no rappers was listening to Soulja Boy. It was 15, 16-year-old white kids for the most part listening to Soulja Boy. Mm-hmm. Is the people that should be giving him credit are like the people that are making money off of the model that he created, like the YouTube and the streaming model. That's not nothing that rappers had anything to deal with. That's just what they're forced to.
I mean, that's how they promote. That's how they push their music, though. I think that's how they push their music, and
they only do that because the music industry changed because of Soulja Boy. But music in itself did not change.
I think Drake should thank Soulja Boy.
New Jersey Drake, man.
Bar for bar.
Drake.
Nah, yo.
But he does a good job of staying relevant, though. You know what I'm saying? As far
as it's not always a good thing, though.
In that realm, it is to them, and especially to someone who's looking for credit,
I mean, not everybody can pull like what Juicy J did and what Snoop continues to do. Like Juicy J, people don't realize like he made a resurgence. Like there's a generation that knows Juicy J for something completely different
than what we know.
Like
he got with the hottest thing, Wiz, and at that time.
But that's also like we said, like when you get credit from the people that should be giving you credit, it comes back around to you. I think Soulja Boy is just, I don't know. He just need to go to that little Millennium Tour, do his little crank that for 3-4 minutes. What else he got? Kiss Me Through the Phone, and then let it go.
Pretty Boy swag.
Pretty Boy swag with Brian.
Yeah, do you go back on all your little retro tours and just make your money, and then you'll get credit off of that. Like. But it's a big thing too, because Bow Wow also was like, I'm not getting the credit that I deserve because everybody comes to the store to see Omarion. But it's like, yeah, nigga, because we was 12 listening to you. We're 30. We don't care about that no more.
Right. Yeah. Like their music isn't timeless. Like it's not timeless music. Like you had a time, nigga. You had a time limit.
It was at one point in time where I probably knew almost every Bow Wow lyric, but now I couldn't tell you a goddamn thing.
Not one, You was the shit when I was in elementary school, though, my nigga.
Yeah, but
Let's keep pushing.
he was 12 for 5 years, so you know.
Hell yeah, this nigga just did not age for like a bad time, yo.
God,
Shit.
All right, yo.
Shout out to Big Soulja, yo, to Big Soulja, yo. Draco.
We gotta,
King Draco.
Yeah.
Big Draco, yeah.
We'll hit another trailblazer within the culture. Joe Budden, man.
Oh man.
Now
Joe Budden.
this is really a question that we got to talk about. Do y'all think this was like a publicity play, or this is some real, news of his?
Man, that nigga gay.
Yeah, I was going.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it's a couple scenes that was a little questionable. Like that John when they was interviewing Quavo in there, the Migos. He was a little close. He was what I'm saying? He was a little close. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? This is giving me bad vibes. He's giving me bad vibes.
I think no. Let me just say I was playing LGBTQ.
Yeah. Don't drag us down.
Joking.
It's jokes. God damn it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So I'm coming peace.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely think he was trolling on that one, man.
Yeah, it could be though.
Yeah, no, he was definitely trolling.
They went off, and if you was to watch the podcast, he really called it like this shit gonna work. Like if I was to say that I'm gay or bi or whatever, like niggas gonna run with that shit, and they damn sure did.
Yeah, definitely. Like that was like like a gay dude I went to school with who posted that. Like he came out. I'm so proud of him for coming out. And I'm just like, hey, yo, let me drop this in the chat.
Because
this is a real sensitive and tough time for that community, man.
That community is very sensitive, and they'll accept anyone that claims to be a part of them. But this was.
I'm so
trolling.
proud of you for living your truth. I'm just so proud.
Joe Budden. Look, Joe Budden has only been relevant for being a dickhead for the last year, so he had to try something else. Because no one's watching this podcast. I mean, I haven't watched it since he fired Rory and Mal. So I couldn't tell you nothing that is going on with the Joe Budden podcast.
He got some bad bitches too. He has some bad bitches. Joe Budden in his past,
I mean, he got a type. He got a type.
Light skin, big boots.
He like him young and light skinned, so he can try and manipulate him.
Yeah, was you gonna say something?
He's gonna go there, yo.
That's how he like him. He like him. Joe Budden about 40 something. He probably like him 22.
Yeah. What was that one he had on that reality show? She was bad. Younger. She was younger than him too. Light skin, thick. I forgot her name. I'm drawing a blank on her name.
That's his type. He like young, probably used to be a stripper or a bartender, and
right.
He can elevate their lifestyle.
What was the chick Joe Budden was with on? It was one of those reality shows.
Let's Google Joe Budden ex-girlfriends.
Tahiri.
There we go. Yeah,
I'm a Tahiri fan.
Yeah.
She actually came out and said something like that ain't true. She gave me the support.
You said what?
His ex-girlfriend
came out with the support.
His ex-girlfriend Tahiri.
Tahiri said that he wasn't.
Tweets saying he wasn't gay. She never felt that vibe, and even though they did some things, that
women be the first to know.
Yeah.
Like, nah, you're not gay, nigga.
Yeah, they know gay dudes.
Nah, man.
Man, Joe Budden really be making these joints famous. I'm looking at the list of his ex-girlfriends. I'm like, I've never heard none of these people before him. All right, Joe. I hope you get royalties or something.
But for me, I make you famous, bitch.
Yeah.
I make you famous.
Yeah, so
he strike me as, you know who I am? I'm Joe Budden. He strike me as one of those guys.
First of all, we don't even say his name right. We put an S at the end of it because we don't expect this in Joe Budden.
Joe Budden. Is that true?
It's not no buttons, like it's multiple.
Yeah.
It really has an S at the end of it?
No, it's
no,
not.
But we say it.
That's how we say it. Black folk.
Okay.
True.
No buttons.
I ain't never noticed
So
that.
I ain't either. We got two more things on the rundown, yo. They kind of heavy though. You know, us black men and brothers been going through it as a lately, man. We can first touch on our NFL brother.
Mr. Ruggs.
Yeah, Henry Ruggs, man.
Ooh,
that was
he-
just a tragedy
NASCAR
for
driver.
real, man.
This
NASCAR driver,
Something like
there.
that.
I feel like he couldn't have just been drunk.
It's got to be something
that
else.
was definitely
Like
more,
going
man.
that fast.
Yeah.
Like,
Question for y'all though:
mentally-
don't they have something in the NFL where like they'll come and pick you up? You know what I'm saying? Like, mistake me.
Yeah, they do have a service that's available to those players. Like,
Yeah,
it's
you don't have the
exclusive
drunk
to them.
drive.
Basically, it's just like you know, it's to ensure that the team can retain them. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can look at it like, oh yeah, you have the service that's for you, but it's really for your owner. Like, yo, stay out of trouble, my nigga.
Yeah.
It's like
Those $1 million legs right there.
Yeah, exactly. And they going to jail.
Man. Yeah.
Those $1 million legs are
You're
walking
going to jail.
He running routes in the prison yard.
Yeah.
That was definitely just a tragic story to hear and see, man.
Sucks.
It sucks for the families too. You
Yeah,
know?
it's
for
everybody
sure.
around. It's like
For sure.
you look at somebody, it's like it's unintentional, but once you're an adult, it's just like, yeah, no, it's not about an intention anymore. It's about the results and what happens when you do something irresponsible, and it fucking sucks, man, because
when you're a kid, you can say, "Oh, I didn't mean to." People are like, "Oh, okay, you know, it's an accident." But when you're an adult, no.
And I'm gonna be honest, I'm blessed. I'm blessed in the fact that I've never been caught up on a DUI. Like, I've never been caught up on that. But I can definitely say in my young years, I've definitely driven, you know, someone intoxicated, and it makes me think like, damn, like, yo, like, you know, fuck, that could have been me.
But I got a question. I got a question for y'all. Is there any excuse to ever really be drunk? Think about it. Like, why? Well, you can't do anything right. You can't drive right. You know, can't you? It's hard for you to protect yourself. It's hard to, you know what I'm saying? Nothing is.
Well, first of all, the best place to get drunk high anything is in your own home.
In your own home, yeah.
In your own home. Like, so that's the place. But then it's just like, it's almost like,
why?
You ever heard of liquid courage?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, is there the all around great reason to get drunk? No.
No, I'm
Does
saying
it have its benefits? Yeah.
Where I'm at now is, you know, I prefer to be tipsy than drunk. You know what I mean? Because I can.
Oh, yeah.
Because you know, drunk. You don't want to be babysat. You don't want to. You know what I mean? Driving drunk. Period is no excuse for it, guys. Don't do that. I've done it a couple of times myself, but you know, it's. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We definitely can't promote no drinking and driving. In this instance,
it's definitely wrong.
I think when it comes to alcohol and like behavior, it's like a lot of mental battles that really, you know, cause negative actions. So I mean, we don't know what he was going through when he was driving this car at 100 miles per hour.
156.
With music.
And
156 miles.
Like, that's just crazy, man. Like, what was you listening to? What was on your
That
mind?
means
like,
you just put your foot all the way down.
All the way down. Like,
pedal to the metal for real.
Really, like to the floor, like boom,
through the floor. Like, god damn.
It's really never no excuse for that. I don't care if you got like a Ferrari or whatever. Like, not on no regular road.
Yeah, it's no reason to go 156 sober. So going drunk is
right.
It's no way you'll be able to stop if anything comes in front of you. You're done.
Yeah,
like
it's just like effort at that time. Yeah.
And to be honest, how the hell is, you know, the fact that he walked away is a blessing. Number one.
That's how it usually happens.
It's always the drunks because
that's how it usually happens.
You don't know what's happening, so your body doesn't tense up when you get in an accident, and with your body relaxed, you just don't get hurt as much. It's when you tense up and your muscles are tense that the shit really happens to you. Because like him and his girl was in the car, neither one of them really got any serious injuries.
And now you got to live with that for the rest of your life. You know, in jail thinking about, man, had I made the right decision, I wouldn't even be here, and two people would be alive right now. So,
But
Do you think we make too much of a joke about that?
Yeah.
In society, like, because even I mean, like, it's comedy, and I'm not going to take the place of the LGBT community, especially since I've definitely, like, I've driven drunk before.
Oh,
but even when
you scared me, son. You said LGBTQ. I definitely
no, I'm not. So what I'm saying is I'm leading to I'm not going to attack Dave Chappelle for this particular joke.
Gotcha.
But I'm using it as an example when he said, "Yo, I'm going to pick up my son." Like when he was at, like, nigga, we had the same party. Like, oh, it's 10 p.m. or it's 11 p.m. I'm shit faced, but I'd rather go up there and pick him up shit faced. Like, it's kind of like, even with that, it's just like, yo, it's like, dog, there's never a reason to drive drunk. Like, if someone tried to drive responsibly and the joke was, I'd rather me drive drunk. I'm like, nah, there's no type of way to drive drunk. But it's a joke. It was funny, so
yeah.
I just want to use that as an example. Like,
I definitely would be lying if I told you I've never driven drunk. But when you think back on it, it's like, what for? Especially when you got Uber and you got all of these other things.
Yeah, especially in like the 21st century world, it's like it's really no need to drive drunk. It's really just stupid. But I agree with both of y'all. Culture or just society, like, people been there before, man, and people are taught the wrong things. I remember once hearing, like, drinking and driving is not really a problem. Drinking and driving is not really a problem. It's drinking then driving. Like, either way, like,
it's
the
you
same.
can't. You just we can't promote it.
And even Coach K, like, when we used to make moves and stuff, like, we go down to your crib, we pregame, and then they, like, call it Uber, we take it, and they take it somewhere local, wherever we about to go, power plant, wherever, and that's how we move. You know what I'm saying?
Ever since Uber and Lyft and all these shared driving,
it's no need.
Like, you really don't have no excuse for it.
Yeah, I think it goes to a couple things, like Jay has said, like, just the drinking culture in America is just out of control. I personally think that the legal age to drink needs to be raised to, like, probably 25, because the way that the culture promotes drinking is just absolutely insane. Like, we shouldn't be drinking to get drunk. Is this, and that's what a lot of that's a lot of people's goal, is they want to drink to get drunk. I'm like, nah, that's not healthy. It's a lot of internal issues with that whole thought process, that we gotta drink to escape from reality when there is no escape from reality. So where are you going? It's just a lot of things. Cycle. Yeah. And then, we also got to think that this is Henry Rose is what, 22?
Yeah.
22-year-old.
1 year out of, he's been in the league for 1 year, right?
Yeah, he's 22. Yeah. It's a 22-year-old millionaire who lives in Vegas. Even if there is a program within the NFL for players to call if they're drunk, I think if you are that young and you live in this place, especially a place like Vegas, you shouldn't even be able to own a car. Like, it's got to be something.
You should not be by yourself.
There should be some parameters around what you're able to do, since you're not owned by the league, but you sign so many different waivers and clauses that everything you do is held accountable for you by the NFL, not just by, like, local law enforcement. So, like, he's not just going to go to jail for this. He's going to have penalties by the NFL. So if they're going to holding people under 25 to certain responsibilities is like asking them to shoot themselves in the foot. They're just going to do something stupid when you had that much money. Where at 22, he almost got fuck you money for the rest of his life. Like, at 22. So
that's crazy.
And I think, I don't know, it's just a lot to that could be done to stop this from happening? Because I think this is not the first time that an NFL player has gotten into some deep shit after drinking. I think they get in trouble in college about this shit. So I don't understand why NFL teams don't put their $1 billion teams. They should invest more in like the mental health and just overall safety of their players. But I don't think they give two shits outside of anything they do on the football field.
Yeah, I think that's just given the situation, is definitely a bigger topic to it. It could be like just accountability, alcohol. I think that's definitely just like a conversation that could be had for real.
Well, I think it's just all about. I think it's about culture, right? I don't. I actually disagree with the age limit, because I think about something like you can send after high school. You can go to war. You understand that? Like you can actually go. You can actually go out.
You gonna use the whole excuse that I can go to war and die at 18, so why can't I drink at 18?
Why can't I drink at 18?
Maybe you should. Well, maybe we should change the age of going to war.
I'm not against that. But I don't think it's right to live in any world whereas the age to go out and give your life against actual gunfire should be younger than the age to drink or smoke.
But why are you attacking drinking and smoking versus the actual military? I think that's what we should be attacking. Military.
I think both. I think it's both. I think there needs to be a middle ground, because it's like, what's the age of what age do we have? Like, can we really give responsibility to make certain decisions? Right?
I think if it's scientifically proven,
there's certain ages you can get married, and it's young ages. It's like, it's like certain stuff, man. It's like, so like, what age across the board can you make these life-changing decisions? Because all of these can be life-changing.
I think it's scientifically proven.
Getting married, drugs, drinking, smoking, all of these, but all of them have different fucking ages.
Because at 21, you still pretty much,
your brain isn't fully developed until you're 25.
Yeah, so, there we go. 25 is.
So you think that? So Drake, would you be cool with all of this being available at 25?
Yeah,
all of it.
Because I think all of that stuff.
Honestly,
if your brain is not fully developed, you're damaging your brain from being able to fully develop. So we should be making life and death decisions without having the full function of our brain. I know it sounds crazy for us to say that 25 is an old age, but 25, we only think 25 is old because we live that once you turn 18, you can do whatever the fuck you want. But we know that once you turn 18, you can't do whatever the fuck you want. I think America has an issue with making children adults way too soon. In the Black community, it does it even younger than what America does. So at 13 or 14, we'll start calling our boys little men. No, you're not a little man. You're still a boy. I don't give a fuck. You're still a boy. You need to listen to adults. I don't give a shit. You're a boy.
I don't think that's a Black community or America thing, because in certain cultures they prep you for manhood at 13.
They prep
they do have like
they
rites of passages.
Right, but in those communities, you have to prove yourself to get that title. We just give it to them because they turn 13 or 14. It's completely different. We don't just, in the Black community, they turn 14, 15, 16, and we automatically say, oh, you're a man now. They've done nothing to prove that they're a man. Why are we giving these kids the title of being an adult when they have done nothing to prove themselves as being an adult?
That's solid. I think pushing the drinking age to 25, it sounds good, but
I'm not saying that it's going to happen. I'm just saying
it would be a good idea
for the health of our country, and I don't even give a fuck about a country. For our future children, drinking at 21, and I only say 25 to be the legal age because there's no parameter, because it has to really be taught at a younger age. Like in Europe, they allow their kids to drink under supervision at 14, but it's not like that as much. And like some cultures do it, but it's not. Usually when you drink as an adolescent, you're sneaking behind an adult to do it. So there's no control. I think if you start in a controlled environment, when you get 21 and you're able to legally buy alcohol, you're not going to go crazy. But because it's always a thing that's done behind supervision like without supervision. And even goes back to prohibition, where it's like this was illegal, so we're gonna go crazy because we don't know how long we're gonna be able to do it. When we're kids and we can't legally buy alcohol, we overdo it because we don't know the next time we're going to be able to do it. And then when we learn at that young age, that's just a continued pattern through adulthood until you just end up getting sick and tired of it. If you end up getting sick and tired of it and you change your pattern.
But people were sneaking, grown men were sneaking alcohol during prohibition. Like they were still doing
that's my point. Because it was something that you were not able to do. It's just something within the human DNA to always
make you want to do it. Yeah.
So why would the age of 25 help that?
Because when something is illegal, it's uncontrolled when it's being used. Just like any drug that's illegal, the reason that people overdose is because there's no control. If you make something legal, the chances of you overdosing or doing too much with that substance decreases. So if you give someone the controlled access to alcohol at a younger age, when they become older, the chances of them becoming an alcoholic or abusing alcohol will be lessened.
Okay.
But since there is no parameter behind controlling alcohol at a younger age, it needs to become legalized at an older age.
Or just make it more controlled at a younger age.
How you gonna do that?
Honestly, what I think
When
I think if you do 25, and we really gotta start wrapping this up for because we're about to hit that mark. But when we hit 25, it's like you at the age where you already probably graduated college. So I'm thinking of like all the college students that would be underage, but still
imagine all the alcohol poisoning that happened at y'all school. All the alcohol poisoning happened at y'all school.
I don't think it would have been. It probably could have been more if
it would have been less because how many 25-year-olds are on college campuses? Almost
they're still going to be they're still going to be at an age and a point where they want to drink.
Yeah, but where they getting alcohol?
Get the alcohol regardless.
From where?
Oh, we did that.
There'll be a whole
you got it there because there were 21-year-olds. And if you go to a college campus, the 25-year-olds are the professors.
If there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
I went to school to 17.
Like think about weed, nigga. Like, come on, dog.
Yeah, we found a way.
People found a way.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that people won't find a way. I'm not saying that people won't find a way. I'm just saying that it lessens the opportunity for it to happen. Nothing is ever 100% foolproof. It's always going to be something that slips through the crack. That's why they say hope is 99.9%.
You have people making drug deals with liquor. Like
that's fine, but you also have some people that
got that pint on me, shorty.
Abide by the law.
That's some moonshine for you.
I got that pint.
So, yo, that's a good TV show. I ain't gonna hold y'all.
Yo, what?
Oh, that's
this modern day prohibition or some version of it.
Man.
You know, like something. I got that. I got it on me. Oh, you got it today? Okay. Pull out a bottle of some shit. Pull out a bottle of whiskey and shit.
Dre, I definitely see what you mean though with the just raising the legal limit. But it's going to be a lot to come with it.
Oh, it's not going to happen. But I'm just saying that there has to be more control over people whose brains aren't fully functioning to be able to make these life and death decisions. And I'm not just attacking drink. I'm just saying. When you are young enough, when you're too young to make a decision to really understand the lifetime repercussions from this decision, we need to put limits on you being able to make those type of decisions.
Deep.
Even like when it comes to marriage, I think if you're going to be able to get married at 18, then like you should be able to annul it within the first 2 or 3 years and it be like no repercussions.
Okay.
That does sound like, man, you go ahead and run for office, brother.
Yeah, Dre for president. Dre for president.
You already know that ain't nobody voting for my black ass.
Dre for president.
You know nobody voting for my black ass. But, I appreciate the love. Do we want to talk about this last little topic?
I just want to send out my condolences, man, and it's just another crazy situation. I really don't want to get on too much about it, especially because it's still a fresh story. We really don't know
all the details.
What's going to come out of it, man. But just the 8 people that lost their lives in the actual world, and and all the other chaos, man, that was happening down there in Texas, man. I just want to send my condolences out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Sad
same.
situation.
Yeah, because I'm gonna keep, you know,
Yeah.
music festivals, and now Travis Scott's fan base is not anyone that I would really enjoy being around anyway. So
I will say I went to a Travis Scott concert before. And
Really?
Yeah, yeah, and
the
it was
first
something,
Astro
man.
World, didn't
It
you?
was yeah, that shit. It was special, but his fans are different. His fans,
They really
it's,
go to bat for him.
they
All right.
yeah, they be in the mosh pits type.
They go to
shit,
bat for
man.
him
It
before
was-
anything. Yeah, they just go to bat. They
so
don't
this
really
shit
be
would
caring
be
about the people around
wild
them.
as hell.
Yeah.
But I think he handled the situation the best he could. It seemed like he didn't know too much about it when it was happening. But afterwards, he definitely sent out his heartfelt condolences. And I saw that Ronnie Rich wanted the family to reach out to the family and heal everything that he received in performance. He's going to give it to the families that lost, lives.
That's
So I think
That's
that was
dope.
pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So that's it for that one, man.
Yeah, we ain't gonna say much on that. So I think we done for the
Yeah.
day.
Yep.
All right.
Oh,
Final
man.
words, I guess.
Let's wrap it up, yo. Final words, last thoughts. Until next time.
Yeah, with me, simple. Don't drink and drive. That's it.
Respect.
Yeah, for me, I guess, just fucking think about what you're doing and what's any possible repercussions for your actions, because the worst could happen, and you just gotta prepare yourself for the worst.
Yeah. And I guess I'll second what I said earlier. Anything that you going through, just understand that you can make it through. Tough times don't last. Tough people do.
Yep.
Hey, that's a bar.
Hey,
You
you
stay with
bars.
the one-liners, bro.
Go ahead, man.
We're gonna have hella shirts with your quotes on it. Yo. We're gonna
Right.
see what your looks gonna come from.
One take, Jay.
You know what I'm
Go ahead.
saying, yo? Hey, man.
Yeah, stupid.
As always, man, it's just a pleasure to link up with y'all, check in, just wrap it up of the things that's been going on in the world, man. To all my other brothers out there, man, just steady holding it down, man, and grinding and growing, yo. That's a line that's I'm gonna stick with me, man. Do it every day, man. Something gonna come positive, and everything gonna happen as it should, man.
Yep.
Sure. Oh, and as
So until
always,
next
make sure
time.
y'all follow us
Yep.
on Instagram, WGB Podcast, YouTube. This is What's Good Bro Podcast. Like and subscribe. The Facebook page is there if you can find it.
Hey,
yeah.
did you know Facebook they got like a podcast section now? They're
really?
doing something new, which honestly it might be kind of good for us. So I'm gonna try to find it again
All right.
and send y'all a link
Yeah.
and see what y'all think.
Oh yeah, live streams coming soon.
Yeah,
live
y'all about to
streams
see a lot
coming
more.
soon.
But we took a little break, but
Yeah.
we're gone for a minute, but we back with a jump off.
Yep.
It's about to be so. Just keep
About to be
riding
busy.
with us,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
That's it, yo. Just keep riding with us, yo. It's gonna be a good time, man. We here for the brotherhood, the culture, and the community, dog.
Yes, sir.
All
right, brother.
man.